I think the most important one is really helping the customers get a better handle and better understanding on all the money that they have and getting a good return on the money that they have, and at the same time be able to fulfill their dreams. And that is the real business of banking, and that is not being done, at least in the United States, because US has where 50% of the population cannot even afford a $400 emergency. And if that's the case, the purpose of banking has to be redefined. We got to look at how do you help those people and still in a win-win way. I think that's going to be solved without charging them fees after fees after fees and making their life more miserable.
Yeah, I think that, a lot of the traditional banks are sort of drowning out by the legacy systems that they have, legacy cores that are both very expensive and then also, not very efficient, not really real-time in nature to provide the best customer experience. They're also very branch-based and burdened by that, where, I had said in my presentation that bank branches are only opening one net new checking account per branch per week. And so there has to be a new sort of acquisition model where how can you acquire customers in a digital world, and how can you engage with them now through more channels, not just the bank branch, but through social media, through customer service centers, through digital means to really engage with them and provide a really great experience. Well, I think that if you're already you're a large bank, I'd really recommend to create sort of an innovation center within the bank where you incubate that team and you give them sort of free ride to be able to be innovative and think about how are we going to compete in this new digital world. That's what we did at Customers Bank and BankMobile, where we were given a mandate, where we had to think about how can we create a better product than what exists today to create an emotional connection. How can we make the products and services more affordable, easier to use, have absolutely no branches, and an income and growth model that would be equal to, if not better than, traditional banks. And that was really the only mandate that was given, and then we were left and isolated alone to innovate and to think about how we were going to achieve that in this new digital era.
I think you've got to be able to acquire customers, make those customers say, wow, I love dealing with this company. Truly maybe have to say, I love dealing with this company. You got to remain engaged with them, understand their needs, meet their needs, go beyond their expectations, use technology and human touch style of technology, and make them customers for life. That, to me, is the biggest opportunity. I think this is a very, very good, high-quality conference, and I think what Ray has put together is a very broad variety of topics. They're all relevant, and this is considered as a technology conference, but what I heard him say was it's all about people. And all we would add to that is it's about strategy first. People who will embrace that strategy and become superior in execution. It's easy to talk about fintech and opportunities, but it's not easy to do it successfully. And the focus has to be on execution. And I think all those topics were touched at this conference. I think Latin America is a continent whereby there is a huge opportunity, but it's had its share of challenges, and those challenges have created unique challenges for all the consumers and businesses there. So technology can actually play a much bigger role in Latin America than, let's say, in the United States. So it's similar to sort of Asia, and Africa, but in those two continents, I think technology has been used already. As an example, in India, 100% of the people have a bank account because We've used technology to integrate and use a national ID card, which is a tech-based system. And it's so easy to open up a bank account from there. That's even more advanced than the United States. The United States, it doesn't have. It takes 20 minutes to open a bank account. In Latin America, you take the best of Asia, best of America, North America, and you have a huge untapped market, and you got to be able to execute over there. And it's, I think, at Banco Santander, when I was on their board, I mean, it was the most profitable division for us, was Latin America. Why? Because there's hardly any competition. People weren't doing much. So you could just get customers. And it was very easy. So I think that should be more broad-based to the consumers, and that opportunity is there.